Hey, how is everybody doing? We're live here on Joker's. It's not freezing today. Cool. Thought it would. And so anyhow, I gotta put an icon up here. I can't find any on the mobile phones. I cannot find any mobile. What you call any mobile? Any of the birthday icons on there, at least. Like I used to have been able to. But just let you know, guys, tonight I will be 38 years of age. Tonight, probably, I think there's not going to be a live stream tonight because the fact that it is karaoke night. And so again, and that'd be cool. So my wife was nice enough. She gave me my birthday card with birthday money in it of $50. So technically, I'll be at karaoke tonight. It's out there singing karaoke, and haven't been there for 2 years. Just to let everybody knows that I used to be a Legion member myself, associate member in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, for Branch 52. And I used to carry colors for 5 years before I met my wife. Again, I was a member in Ingolstadt. I used to carry colors for Branch 52, and I used to travel. Again, I did not know that they can transfer memberships for nothing. Because when I was a paid up member for Peterborough, they were wanting me to pay $95 on top of my membership just to transfer my files out here, and I couldn't afford all that money. So again, what I did was I did not pay up my membership. But so I kind of, when I moved out here, I started going into this branch here with the public, just for karaoke nights. I am a paid up member of Friends of Rotary, which is part of the Rotary Club, Wyerton Rotary Club, since now I'm living out here. I am thinking of actually starting up a new membership with the Legion here, but at a later date. Pretty soon I'm gonna be getting all that kind of all sorted out, and that kind of thing as well. But that's what I said. But also too, between everything, again, financially I kind of went downhill for a bit because of one thing on top of another, and that kind of stuff as well. And also the fact that costs when I got married and everything else, finances went downhill big time then as well, and that kind of stuff as well. And so again, like I said, and then the surprising, shocking that happened last year in 2017 on June 22nd when my mom passed away in Peterborough. That I had to write letters, get paperwork done, and that kind of stuff to approve to have her cremated and everything else like that. So I technically had to send money away or pay for forms to actually get in contact to give my sister authorization to have it cremated and everything else like that. But the good thing is, I'm glad that my sister did mail my mom up in a bit of her ashes in a Celtic cross, which is around my neck, that is underneath. Now, a few things. No matter if it's a concert, anything to do with the Legion. I remember as being an associate member from Peterborough, and I know all the Legions are the same. Do you have to disrupt when I'm on a live stream for him?
Can I come on and get a pop?
Yes, but I'm on an open stream with a video camera, and you're walking around with no pajamas on.
You have to fucking say that when you're on live stream.
No, I'm not trying to, but respect my cameras. Sorry about that, guys. I hate the disruptions. So, I mean, like I said, so where were we? So again, like I said, there was a lot I had to deal with. I think the last, see, that just picked you up, and I cannot air that on YouTube. Thank you very fucking much. Sorry about, guys. Tune that out. If I do air this on YouTube, just tune that part out, guys. I do apologize for that. She knows my scheduled times when I am on. I have given them to her. She just does not wish to comply to my rules and regulations on my television times and that kind of thing. This is a GPG show. So again, so there's a lot of things I had to deal with last year. Again, like back in 2017, I think that was the last time I was at karaoke here at the Wyerton Legion. Not bad Legion. Also, too, guys, I enjoy being invited to the Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash show at the Hapworth Legion. That was the first time I ever been in the Hapworth Legion, but I was kind of put out because knowing the rules and regulations of any Legion, there was about 60 or 70 people at the Hapworth Legion sitting in the front row, totally up by the front stage, and they actually were sitting there with their hats on. And I do know that the constitutional laws of all Royal Canadian Legions, or any branches, no matter which branch you belong to or used to belong to, is that the fact hats are not permitted in the Legion. No matter if it's an open Saturday night concert, a Friday night karaoke, Saturday night dance, whatever. There was a lot of things that again, at least I was smart enough because I respected the rules, and I when I showed up, I left my hat at home. That's what I always do when I go to Legion. I always respect the Legion. I always respect Lou, even with the Briarton one here since it came out, and met Louis. And I've known Louis, by the way, guys, I've known Louis for years. From when I was carrying colors for Peterborough, we used to meet up with him on the road because I used to carry colors at CNE under Mike Plumpton and Ken DeMille. So for the P-52s, the crazy bunch, the Pixie Fairy bunch, we used to call them because they used to be like, we love a parade, type Pixie Fairies. But that generation, I guess, is now allowed. I guess whatever. I don't know. So again, like I miss those good old boys, those two guys. They were always comical. They always kept me on my toes. I'll tell you. Especially when we did the carrying colors at CNE at Toronto. That was the longest parade, Scotch drumhead, and that kind of thing. Just to let you guys know. Another thing too, guys. Before I go, just let you guys know before I even step into a Legion, if I know I'm going to the Legion to have a bar night out, there's one thing I don't do that I see a lot of other people around here, and since I moved to Wyerton, I've seen people do, is they actually drink before they go to the Legion, and they're actually got alcohol on their breath before they're going into the Legion, and the Legion still serves them alcohol. And that kind of thing. In any city Legion, I know at Branch 52, if you were drinking before you go into the Legion, they will not serve you. They will refuse to serve you any alcohol whatsoever, beverages, because of the fact you were drinking at home, or coming from another party into like a what you call like a private club pub establishment. Just let you know, guys, majority of my Jokers on Duty guys show is just a comedy. It is a set-up comedy joke show. There was some real things on Jokers on Duty that did appear. There was a special show in honor of my mom. She was also Branch 52. That was a real thing about on here when she really passed away. Again, she did not have a proper memorial, anything else like that. She was treated totally like garbage when she passed away, everything. Again, and she was a war veteran's daughter, and she was not treated with the greatest respect and that kind of thing. And technically, they treated a war veteran's daughter and a man that was the head of the master. He was a master, Grand Lodge Master Mason for years, Freemason, and that. So when my mom passed away, again, she was treated like totally crap. That was the true part of that I said on here. And so when my sister mailed I kind of show you. It's under my neck here, just so the guys can know. This here is not a crucifix, guys. It is a Celtic urn cross, and inside of it, inside the cross, Celtic cross, is a little bit of my mom's ashes. Is right inside, which is in a little black tube that is glued shut. I'm grateful my sister was able to get that through the mail because through Canada Post because and that kind of stuff too. So that as well. So she is around my neck. So again, like I said, my mom was the president for years. Was on the Ladies Auxiliary Executive for Branch 52, and she was also the head president of Branch 52 for years. So again, also too that now that I am now stuck living in a town. I do live in this town. It's a great town, but I lived here before. But I do not like the fact that people in this town can lie and gossip and slander and actually literally make up false accusations about people that are not true and never get dealt with legally wise, because I've had that happen to me since I moved here, since my wife and I moved back up here for no reason at all. People don't even know me, and they've said things about me behind my back which was not appropriate. They spread lies. They had spread rumors. Again, even Rotary told me that because of all the hard work I did, they tried. And I'm going to put this out. I don't give a shit. I'm going to put this across YouTube. That they tried. Mike Mason even told me they tried putting my name forward for the Volunteer Appreciation Awards, which I did not know about, by the way. Yes, I volunteer, but I don't volunteer to get anything out of it. I don't expect anything out of it. But he told me straight out that he had tried putting my name forward for that, and apparently for some reason. There was heavy accusations that went against me across this Chambers of Commerce that was not appropriate, and was total slander. By actually literally the parties that were involved. One of them was some of the Optimist people, and generally, and that's what I said. That was not called for, and was not appreciated of. Because that was done very arrogantly and rudely, and my name was stopped. I've for the 4 years I've lived here, I've went out of my way for Optimist. I everything else like that. I went and helped out the Canada Day, everything else like that, every single year, and I just don't care for the backstabbing of the Optimist organization anymore. This is why I was handing my letter in. This is why I was quitting, because you have too many. I'm sorry, but they have too many backstabbers in their group. They play up to you. Yeah, you're doing a good job, this and that, and then what do? They cutthroat you. It is very depressing. And I don't care, and I will put this across YouTube, and I don't give a shit, because this is, like I said, this is what I had to put up with, but like I said, I didn't care. I didn't care. I was not expecting anything, anyways. But like I said, I went out of my way since I moved here for this community, for Optimist, the same way I went out of my way for Rotary, for the Rotary Wyerton Rotary Village Fair. And like I said, just because Optimist had a problem with me doing anything for Rotary, they wanted to throw a jealous fit. They wanted to spread lies. They wanted to spread rumors. They wanted to spread false accusations. Because if you want to know where those false accusations are coming from about me, that is where they're coming from. It is coming from the Optimist bunch, literally. And I can tell you the names, the ones that are doing it. And I'll tell you right now, before I even stop going to the meetings, and I'll tell you why I stopped going to the meetings, is because the head president of the Optimist Club was physically, verbally attacked by 3 female members. There's a lot. Wyerton does not know about that. That was in a violent, very verbally abusive way. they were attacked. The head executive, that was at three ladies. The three ladies of the head of the executive was attacked by three members, three female members of that organization, and that was done in front of me. And that's when I said no. I regret getting involved in this kind of a group if this is the way it's going to be. This is why at the community, and I went to and I helped out at the community food bank this year too, and the only reason why I would have went and helped out at the Amazing Race, and that the only reason why I didn't get there is because I do also have a part-time job, 1 day a week that I have to be at, and that Maple Magic or whatever what followed on that. And then also at that time I had an overload of newspapers at the time because I was doing newspapers, and I was also on top of that. I was filling in for another lad too for papers because he went away on vacation, and I got all his work kind of dumped on me. So again, like I said, I was totally, my hands were tied. Like I said, there is, and there's things that I have seen, and I've actually heard about this Optimist group here too as well. I'm sorry to have to bring this stuff up. Apparently, that the fact that the one guy that was a member of Optimist before he left, one lady told me why he left was because the fact that the Optimist was invited into his home to hold a Canada Day meeting one year, and I guess they all decided they're going to drive home with open consumption alcohol, open bottles of consumption, and they drove home with it under the influence of alcohol. And also the fact that there's a bootlegging issue with the Optimists alone, especially when they host their events. Again, Allegiant knows this too, because all Allegiants went through this as well. The fact with the Alcohol Liquor Licensing Act, that the fact that tickets were no longer allowed to be sold to buy booze with. Again, you cannot go to one table, sell tickets, and use tickets to get beer with, because they passed a law on that. All service clubs were told that if the bar operates, the bar has to take cash over the bar and that kind of thing directly to the bartender, because that is actually what the laws dictates. Again, because the ticket system that they do for Canada Day is bootlegging legally, and that because all service clubs were told that, all allegiances were pre-warned that, and that, so that's why the allegiance don't do. Even when I was on the color guard, this changed, because I remember when I was carrying colors for Peterborough, they did away with the ticket system because the fact that it was against the LCBO's the Alcohol Commission Law Act. So again, that's why I said they said that the ticket system was illegal. So again, if you were buying alcohol or whatever, you have to pay the bartender directly cash, like you would at the Legent, or like you would at any licensed or everyday licensed full establishment. It means you take the money out of your pocket, you show your ID, and you pay for your beer at the bar. And that kind of stuff like that. Like you pay the bartender directly cash over the bar. You don't go to one table, buy tickets, and then go over there and hand your ticket in and get poured alcohol. It doesn't work that way, and it hasn't since 2000 and 2001. So again, that law was in effect as of 2000 and 2001. A lot of people have not clued into that yet. I don't know if this area is aware of that or not. Or Optimist is aware of that and that. So they're kind of, and then plus the fact, same when they have the fashion show, any alcohol they can't return after their license, their weekend permit is done. The next day they're selling it off for money. This is what I mean. They're making a profit off of it. It's what you do when that's that kind of behavior is going on within an organization. That's what I said. There are clubs, yes, that do have controversial license that can operate all the time with those. But I just like I said, places like Optimist itself, is not a strong enough outfit to hold a liquor license. Really, they're lucky if they get a weekend permit or whatever like that for it. But that is it. But once their weekend permit is up, they're selling off like half bottles of wine, half bottles of whiskey, stuff they don't want to take back to the store is or to the liquor store is actually half of it is hoarded and goes back to the president's house for another, and then they bring it out for another function. So again, this is what I said. This is what I said. Like oh my goodness. After what I heard, they did away with the fancy tea, they wanted to start. They wanted, if they were to keep the fancy tea going, they wanted to turn the fancy tea into an alcohol event, like a licensed event. They didn't care what hall they were renting, if it is church hall or what. They wanted to, they didn't care if they were in the Salvation Army Hall or not. They wanted to run that as an alcohol event. But again, they did away with that because they were told they were not allowed to. Now, like I said, there's I know the real truth about the Halloween dance issue. But like I said, that it is I heard that they got shut down because of the fact people going into the Halloween dance, they were taking plastic weapons in there, and then they were not confiscating them. And I guess the township had pulled that event out. So again, there's a lot of so again, they for years they're gonna lie and cover everything up because on how connish the Optimist can be. Some of their head executive, how con artistry they can be and lie. Again, like even when I helped out with the fish fry this year, I was not too happy the way I was rudely spoken to at all. Because I was asked to go get some supplies for the fish fry that they had put aside. That was fine. I went to get those supplies. They tried to lie and say they did not have it. They were going to leave the fish fry with nothing. Not even the people that were running the fish fry, the Freemason guys that were running the fish fry. They were not even going to, like, they were hoarding back the pop, everything else like that was bought for the fish fry. The bar was really hoarding it all back, and that kind of stuff that was put aside for that. This is what I said. There is a mistrust there, and that's what I said. And I do, and if you guys feel comfortable in talking to me tonight. I can't on here, but if you honestly want to know the names of the 3 women that actually attacked and who the executive was that was verbally violently attacked, because I was at that meeting, I was a witness to that, I can give you those names straight out. And that because that's what's basically deep down, that's what's made me quit. And I was not happy because I had my vest, my Optimist vest, in a bag, and there was a lot of people around from other organizations at the community food bank. And that Rotary was there, and they can vouch, so can Mike. I had my vest in a bag, yellow vest in a bag, and I had my letter in my bag, and I had it together, and I gave the grocery bag to the head president because she's resigned now as of this month anyways. I went before she was going to resign. I went and tried handing the vest bag at the Wyerton Arena and letter to the head president of the Optimist Club. She refused to take it. She deliberately refused to take it. She would not let me resign. She deliberately and forcibly will not let me resign. And that she started winding up an act, everything else like that. And there's all this going on, and plus too the fact that there is one lady that is involved in this Optimist Club that is driving around with dope in her car, and that the fact, yes, I can understand the government's retarded enough to legalize it as of this month or this week. But the fact is, she's the same woman that is volunteering with Pioneer Club with Salvation Army under Tess Hutt, and the fact that she sneaks off and smokes dope in her car, and I know because she's driven me home a couple times from Optimist meetings, and then yeah, she's working in around kids, and she refuses to get a police check done, and she refuses to do online armistice training. But when I did volunteer work, I had to go through all. When I volunteered with Salvation Army, I was forced to go through all that. And that kind of thing. And I was told that you could not work around kids until your armistice training was completed or your police check was completed. Well, this woman has neither, and that's that I do know because she even said herself she refuses to because she feels it's infringing on her past private history, and that she should not be forced to follow proper procedures and volunteer application procedures. And I can give you her name as well. And I'm telling you the truth on that one because straight out, because I know the woman quite well, and I know she's given me a ride home a couple times from Optimist, and that kind of stuff. So I know what she's trafficking in her little white car. She keeps changing her cars a lot. But this is what I said. But the candidate, she was supposed to be there at a certain time by 11 o'clock. She didn't show up to the children's area until like 11:45. Where was she? She was sitting in her car smoking dope, and then she's walking out and working amongst little children. This is what I said, and these are issues, and I do know that I know places like the Optimist Club. I did read in their regulations, in their bylaws, they can enforce a drug test at any point in time they wish to. And to join the Optimist, you have to complete a police check. Now, I don't know how she got in without doing a police check or how she slid under the belt. So, again, like she even said straight out herself, she couldn't get a police check done because of the fact of people she used to hang out with in Hamilton and Haliburton, Brighton. So, but like I said, there is there is a lot of again, her name I cannot mention, but I will mention in private later if you guys come talk to me and that. But again, I'll be at karaoke tonight, just at the Legion, just having a good night, enjoying myself. We'll sing a few tunes in karaoke. If you want to talk to me privately though, take me aside, talk to me privately about her. Or I fill you in on those informations at a private level, that kind of thing there, about what's going on with the Optimist in the last 2 years. I feel there should be they should be have some type of evaluation or evaluation done. In generally, because there is a lot of propaganda going on in that agency, big time. To the point I've tried to quit. I have refused to show up to meetings, and that because they're just getting too much out of control. And I cannot sit. I'm sorry, but I cannot sit in an Optimist meeting and somebody's barking down somebody's throat or somebody's threatening somebody. Like I said, that one night was too heavy. Like the 3 ladies on the executive last year were threatened. And then the one lady's husband was threatened, and he's got a heart condition. He's got a pacemaker chip in his heart. And I mean, again, and I can tell you exactly straight out who those 3 ladies were, straight out right now. That violently, verbally, that was very, very threatening towards this to the main president, executive of the Optimist. So at this point, I don't care if the Optimist folds, dies under, or dies out. I don't care, really. I don't. Personally, I'm just saying the fact that they're not. I know for Wyerton here, I don't know about other areas, but I know for Wyerton here, they're not gaining a single member. like I said, I've tried handing in my vest. At the community food bank when I went to help out with that, to take down tables when I was there afterwards, and I enjoyed that, by the way, and silent auction. And I helped carry tables, everything, and that kind of thing for Nick. And then there was again, I guess there was some people from the Legion Salvation Army was hosting it. Um, but yeah, so like I said, I've tried handing in my vest with a letter of recognition. Again, they would not accept it. They were rude about it. It was in the bag. I handed it to her. She wouldn't take it. She was rude. She didn't want me quitting. It was like I felt like I was being controlled and ordered, being told what to do, ordered around. And like I said, there is better organizations, guys. There's better organizations around that basically is not going to waste my time. Like I said, I've been a member of a Legion before. Like I said, I'm actually planning on renewing or actually starting up a new membership since just to let you know, if you guys are gonna ask, like Hepworth asked me, they said, well, because I was a member of a Legion before, if I still had, no matter if they paid up or not, if I still had my Legion membership cards. No. What happened was when I moved out of my mom's house, and that back when I was 22, she kept all that in her wallet. I don't know if my older sister come across those. It should have my name on it. It should say Timothy Scott Plain on it, and their Legion membership cards with my name on it. They're not valid now, but again, the years that I've actually served by carrying colors and that kind of stuff too. If this Legion here wants to get any information, I will sign a paper and authorization form with you guys to talk to Ken DeMille, to get a hold of Ken DeMille and Mike Plumpton in Peterborough. Of Branch 52, they're also your zone commanders too. So you guys better watch how you treat me, because these were fairies. They're married. Again, like I said, they'll cut you down to size big time. These are big boys you're messing with. The teddy bears, but yes, they were my Sergeant at Arms when I carried colors. I came close to becoming Sergeant at Arms for Peterborough. Also in the same years, guys. Also too, again, I'm going to share a little history. To about 2000, I had joined the Loyal Orange Order. Yes, it is, guys, to voice everybody's different opinions on it. The Loyal Orange Order is a Freemason order. If anybody does not know that. They have, over the years, there is people that do belong, that are members of the order that are on disability, by the way, guys. There is. Because the fact that nowadays that's if they qualify to be a member, they will accept them. And they take them in under their wing, and over time, after so many years being in it, they will help them find them get a career, help them get a better education, whatever. If they're willing to make that first step and actually give them a chance. Yes, in the media, guys, over the years, you hear a lot of horror stories about them all full of witch people. That is not true. That I can guarantee you, it cannot true, because I've been on disability since I was 18 years of age, and the fact that I was born and raised Protestant. Like I said, and I was a member of the Orange Order from 2000 to 2003. I have all my degrees in the Orange, and I have 2 degrees in the Royal Black Preceptory. When I was living at home, the only reason why I took a leave of absence, again, it was more of they wanted me to write the letter out as resigning. I regret doing that because I really loved being there, but I had a lot of issues at home between my mom and I, and this was when I was still living with her at the time. When this was before all this happened, before I moved out on my own. There was she had a boyfriend coming around. That was a total. Again, the guy was married too. He had a wife and kids at home. Man, the guy was totally sneaking around his wife. Literally, the guy, he was a nice fellow, but again, he was lying to his wife and saying he was on the road working as a pipe fitter. And meanwhile, he's in my home and he's sleeping with my mother. This is what bothered me when I was living at home, and that kind of thing. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh man, guy, you're a married man. You've got 2 twin daughters at home. Go the fuck home. Quit fucking around. Sorry to put it this way, quit fucking around on your wife. And I knew his wife because his wife was ahead of the Orange Order as well. The ladies' Bellefant, what you call the ladies' Bellefant. The ladies' Orange Order. Of Kendall and all that, and but this guy, Flash, a nice guy. He was nice. He was nice enough when I was a kid to, give me slip me $20 to send me off to the movie theaters to get me out of the house. So he used to pride me to go to the movie theaters or whatever to get out of the house, so he could make his moves on my mom. This is what I said. There was a lot of some guy she picked up in the hotel, and that kind of thing. But like I said, I'm not going to disrespect the deceased because she is my mother, and that kind of thing. I had respect. And yes, I used to be hospitality when I was a kid. I was one of those crazy Orangemen because us Orangemen, we don't usually get into Irish music or whatever because it's not our cup of tea. But you want to put it that way. But to entertain him, to keep him content, because he'd come in with bottles of whiskeys, he'd come in with beer, totally all the time in fancy vehicles, beer, whatever. We had to kind of keep him content, so occupied. So I had to sacrifice. I hated it because I had to sacrifice my rock and roll and heavy metal for his Irish shit. So I'm gonna put it that way. I would not be saying that on St. Patrick's Day. Definitely, I would not. Like I said, I am planning on coming to karaoke tonight, and I can kind of then get out, sing a few songs. I can get out of the house because I'm cooped up in the house. Ever since my mom died, I've been in and cooped up in the house all the time, getting annoyed by it. So again, I got to get out. I got to get out. I got to get mingle in with the crowds and that kind of thing. Last few years, but because finances went down, I couldn't. I used to go every night when my brother-in-law and Tom used to come to town. When my mother-in-law lived here, I used to come every Friday night with him. And then and that when I was out washing windows and that kind of thing. So again, like I said, I had a float there. Now I guess I don't have that float because now my wife and I have to share what we have. By the time our bills are paid, my life insurance is paid, my rent is paid out. I have to make sure what I got, if I got enough for spending money or whatever to come to these things because they're getting expensive. So yes, I did service 5 years with the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 52. Yes, guys, it is a different district. But again, and then I moved out here with my dad in 2004. Just let you guys know. Yes, I am sober, guys. By the way, I respect the rules of the Legion. When I come to the Legion, guys, I come in sober. I do not come in with. Excuse me, Pop's backing up. I did not come in with alcohol on my breath like a lot of people in Wyerton here are doing. I've always respected Louis. I've always respected his position. Again, I've known the guy for years. I met the guy in CNE a long time ago. Even Trenton, so there was and that kind of thing when I was with the Legion. Well, I started Legion when I was 19 until I was about 23. But yeah, about 23. And at the same time, I was going through the lodge and that kind of thing as well. Don't ask me how I got introduced to that. A friend of mine, again, I was in between. I was also a bit of a church jockey. It means jumping from church to church, that kind of thing. Going to church and that kind of stuff. Because of the fact that on top of that, I was also, yes, I do drink alcohol occasionally. I'm not one of those ones to sit there and condemn alcohol and go to church and say, oh, this person should be doing this, should be doing that. I'm not like that. I don't agree with everything the churches say. I think a lot of it is all bullshit, to tell you the truth. There is no way, guys, to tell you the truth, be honest with you, there's no way you guys can nail a guy to a cross, a human being to a cross, and then the next day, poof, you guys see him walking down the bloody street. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry. Once you're dead, you're dead. I'm sorry. There is no second life. Like they let it on. And this Bible crap is written by a man. It's a book. It's like R.L. Stein. He wrote Goosebumps. By a creative imagination. If you look at it, that's the only reason why the Bible, guys, is sacred, is because it was written by a man that was a sacred man, by the name of King James II. He was an evil bitch too, by the way. Sorry to put it that way, evil dude. Again, he was originally he was the King of Scotland. And if you read your history, the same man that called himself supposedly a prophet of Christ, wrote a book called the King James Bible, and wrote all these prophecies that were supposed to come true or whatever. But again, it's the same guy that was racist that wrote a book on demonology and witchcraft, and used to actually burn people of a different color back then and accuse them of being witches because they were from Mexico, or they were from they descended from Mexico because they were brown skinned or they were black skinned. The same man that formed the order of the Ku Klux Klan, that was actually mentally and physically harassed colored people, South African people, and Jewish people. And how can honestly, guys, think to yourself, how can a guy like that be a prophet of Christ? Now, would God actually do something like that? If you really think about it, 1 minute, yeah, he's a guy who's going to take you up into the sky if you eat his flesh or you drink his blood. And then the next minute he's burning a cross on your front lawn, or he's going to wrap a rope around your neck and going to hang you or burn you alive. I mean, what kind of God is that? I mean, that you're talking about. I mean, they're literally lying from the pulpit, and making a big massacre shit, ghost legend shit show out of it. I can honestly say it. That is why I know, like I said, my family's that's why I got out of religion myself a long time ago. And not that I don't disbelieve in any of that, but again, there's just too much of it. It goes too far, goes too deep, and like I said, they've got a lot of people wrapped around their finger big time. I mean, they like to manipulate they like to manipulate a lot of simple and what you call innocent-minded people, big time. Especially somebody that may have a very, very, very low tassalism disability, more so, that get into these churches, and I'll tell you, they don't understand and they don't care, because I know a lot of people like that, because the church is the only thing that keeps them living. As long as the church is putting food on their stomach. That's the only 9/10 of the reason why the Salvation Army is full, the Baptist Church is full, because a lot of the people that are maybe they're not like me, that has an understanding about theologian evolution, and anything that comes down to religious principles. It doesn't thoroughly understand what they're talking about. A lot of these people only go to these things. A lot of people are only keeping the Salvation Army for the table manna, because it is feeding somebody that's less than fortunate, or is putting food on a homeless person's stomach. That's all they care about, is getting food on their stomach, or getting out of the cold. They don't give a care about being preached at. They don't care about being prayed for. I mean, like that's all bullshit. If you really look at it, it's all propaganda. it is that's not what it's really supposed to be about. As long as it's keeping the individual surviving and alive, and keeping the person alive, and that kind of thing. Putting, it's putting food on their table, or it's putting food in their family stomach. That kind of stuff. They're not like me that have an understanding of what church is about, what they're talking about, or whatever. I've actually studied theologian stuff or evolution to be able to do an educational haunted house for you. That's all it was. The haunted house, guys, was just a setup. But again, like I said, the memorial with my mom, I gave her a proper memorial. By the way, guys, that was real. Fortunately, that I shared. And she really is around my neck. My sister just sent her up. Far as there's a lot of superstitions on a lot of those Parker Brothers, what do you call stuff? People believe, people possessed with spirits. BS. It is a board game that is made by Parker Brothers. Parker's Brothers is the same people that publish Monopoly. I mean, and a board game called Jumanji. I mean, if one is that bad, wouldn't the others not have the same effect? Again, they're just tools stuff people buy up for Halloween for the haunted houses and that horror movie collectors that collect them up. Again, no, it does not really move on its own, guys. You actually have to push. You actually have to push the little plastic thing. It doesn't do anything. So again, but because there is a lot of superstition on it, I can understand that. And like I said, people have a rights to their opinion. That's why I'm actually going to put mine. I'm offering mine up for sale. It is in a briefcase. It is up for sale for any paranormal investigator that's comfortable using them and wants to buy one, purchase one. I don't know yet. If you talk to me privately, I will make a deal with you, and whatever you feel it's worth, that you can pay me for it, if and that kind of thing. That is totally up to you guys. It is in a briefcase. I wasn't gonna part with the briefcase, but if you insist on having a briefcase, I'll give you the briefcase with it. And it comes with $2. So, and the rules and regulations of the board. Happy Halloween. Don't screw up. So again, man, I'm tired today. Maybe tonight will wake me up a bit. But I just wanted to share that with you guys on here. Again, you do know that Celtic Thunders at Casino Rama tonight is performing. I'm gonna get a drink. It is. Why is it so hot in here? Woo! And it's cold outside. And I was going to turn camera 2 on, but mine's not freezing now. So again, we're going good. Hello. So again, like I said, guys, I'm just going to open a regular can of Coke. Not open. So there's nothing in it. Guys, I've been sober all day. Okay. Means this is why tonight we're taking a break from going live. I can go live at these places, but with the Legion we cannot, because to go live with Inside the Legion, guys, I do have to get written authorization. So because it is on somebody's property, so like somebody owns it. So again, guys, just to let you guys know, if you guys are at karaoke, guys, you guys cannot videotape. Yes, they do have Wi-Fi, but you guys cannot videotape or live stream karaoke unless you are getting a written authorization from the Legion itself. If they give you permission to do that. and that kind of stuff as well. Last year, guys, when I was singing karaoke, I was not videotaping that, guys. Sorry if that's what you guys thought. I was not videotaping that unauthorized. I didn't even tape that at all. I didn't even know I was being videotaped. Like I said, there was another guy there, again, with his girlfriend, and that my wife knows, and Mr. Stratton. And just kidding, and was actually filmed that. I just actually, he had sent it to me, and I had uploaded it to my YouTube, because how could I be on, honestly, how can I personally be on stage and get a good long view glimpse of me singing karaoke? It is very hard. And I'm a professional live film and editing streamer and television networking, volunteer security networking. I volunteer, guys. Volunteer. I don't get paid. I don't make money at this. So again, like I said, that is again. By the way, if you guys thought that my Halloween badge on my neck was real, no, it is not. It is for Halloween, guys. It is my Halloween, part of my Halloween costume. I'm going to be for Halloween. No, I'm not going trick-or-treating. I'm only going to a friend's house to help hand out candy. That is it. But I am going to dress up because the fact it is Halloween. Because I hate walking out amongst people on Halloween night and being a hermit and being a Scrooge and not dressed up for Halloween. Because again, it is, I like to at least blend in. And I never got to show you what I was going to show you. So again, I got to drink up my Coke here. So, like I said, I know where the accusations are coming from. Like I said, if there is any accusations on me, don't listen to them. Even if you're OPP officers, do not listen to them because they are lies or false accusations. Like I said, they do this with everybody and generally. I mean, like this is like I said, I've been a member in good standing of a Legion before. I've never, ever, ever faced these issues ever in my life. Or people lying and spreading accusations or spreading rumors. And I know exactly the party it is coming from. Also, too, guys, there is one guy, again, I'm not going to mention his name, that sits at the Wyerton Legion door here all the time, and he's always drinking. And I don't know how he gets away. If he is a member of the Legion, I was a member of a Legion myself before. And I know the rules and regulations. If he is tailoring or he's securing the door, he is not allowed to drink a drop of alcohol at all. The bartenders are not allowed to serve him alcohol at all while he's sitting on that door because he's just like the bartenders. He has to remain sober at that door. If he's going to be sitting there drinking a bottle of beer and sitting on the door, you need to pull him off the door and put somebody else there. Because he cannot sit and guard a door. Yeah, I can understand. I used to be a member myself. When I first joined the Peterborough Legion when I was 19. I had the same position, but in Peterborough, I used to have, because I was on the color guard, I had to sit and watch the door. And it is, again, there's nothing wrong with that part of it. But then I got told off when I was 19, 20 years of age. That if I was going to sit there at the Legion and I was going to watch and I was working the door, I was volunteering working the door, that I was not allowed to drink a drop of alcohol, because the same rules on us did apply as it would to a bartender. And so that's what I said. It's just a safety caution, guys. It is not ratting anybody out. It is not getting anybody. Not trying to get anybody in trouble. It is. I just remember because I used to belong to a Legion, and I know the rules and regulations quite clearly. And like I said, I was very disgusted to see the way Hapworth is a nice Legion. I have to grant that. I like Hapworth Legion. I was first time I was ever in that Legion. since I moved out here. But like I said, Hapworth is a very nice Legion. But the point is, those 60 and 70 people that were sitting at the front with their hats on should have been told to take their hats off. Nobody on whoever was running that event at that Legion did not approach those people and tell them to remove their hats. Or they would have to vacate, or they'd have to leave the building. People were breaking the rules. That's what I said. I can understand them allowing the performers because they're performers. That is different. They're paid to be there. You can't really tell the ones that are up on stage performing what they can and cannot do if they're paying good money to have like Johnny Cash there, Willie Nelson. Like I had up to have my picture taken with Willie Nelson. He was a cool guy. Yes, I know he's an imitation, but we will not spill the beans, okay? And sometimes I have the feeling I'm related to the guy. I mean, he looks so much like my Uncle Terry Plain. Maybe it was. I don't know. I could have been fooled. But I think this is what everybody's jealous of me about because I had my picture taken with the house and then tough TT people. I just love how I do that. That slips when I'm least expecting it. Well, it's no different because my wife had a picture taken with Tim McGraw and Shania Twain. I missed a photo opportunity with Johnny Cash because I really, before I left, wanted my picture taken. They have my picture taken to get authorization. My picture taken with Johnny Cash. She wouldn't allow it. She rushed me out of the freaking building. I literally had to jump to her command. What she said goes. That's the last time I ever listened to an Indian. I might be married to them, but I don't always have to listen to them. That's what I said. But yeah. So again, I wanted to throw that kind of guys in first century humor. So again, like I said, 12 o'clock a.m. I guess you can say tonight. I can't say p.m. because it's 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. 12 o'clock a.m. tonight, guys. I am turning 38 years of age, and to celebrate that, since everybody's so cheap around here, and be nice enough to rent me a hall and to throw a nice party like she will get for herself on November the 2nd. And that, I guess I'm just going to have a night out myself tonight, and be antisocial like I always am, and come out and sing a few songs on karaoke. And like I said, it's also too. It's a thing me and my mom would have done too. If my mom had been around, or she had always been still alive to come out to visit. She would have done the same thing. Take me out to a karaoke night at Legion or whatever. That kind of stuff together. And like I said, the last 2 years I had a lot of boggle up. And like I said, again, my finances were totally down low, and it's too low than it should have. Like I said, it is because I basically had to get stuck giving authorization to my sister. I had to get authorization to close out her account, everything else like that. Give my sister her half of my mom's senior pension that the government will not take back. Again, because that's all there was. What she got and I got, that's all there was in the bank. The bank itself split that evenly, so she got 600 of it, I got 600 of it, and it was all used up. Other than that, there was no estate, nothing. There was no other than that. There was no other excess money or estates left behind, and that kind of stuff. So there's. So that was cleared up. Her income taxes were all cleared up. Everything. Once she passed away, they turned around and said she didn't. The family did not have to file those income taxes. She was caught up since last year, before she died. So she just barely caught up. So, Only if she had owed government money, then she would have. Then I would have had to go through her taxes. But she didn't owe the government any money. So and so again, I thank my sister for sending her. She is around my neck, guys. Yes, she even though she is in a cross around my neck. Those that don't even believe me, I will sit down and I'll show you the Celtic urn. It is a Celtic urn, guys. Cross urn. It is around my neck. Again, there's a bit of my mom's ashes in it. It is around my neck. It is tucked in for a reason. So again, like I said, it is. That's basically when I'm out in public, I do tuck it in because it is an urn and it is around my neck. Even if I'm at karaoke night, because she's in a cross form, in a plaque tube in a cross. She is around my neck. She's tucked in underneath, so you won't see the cross. You guys will not see the cross at all. If you want me to pull it out and show it, pull it outside of my shirt to show you guys, I will. That is up to you guys. But again, it is very. Most urns can be very upsetting and disturbing to see. Have to see things that way. Again, like I said, she was a Legion member for years. I was for 5 years. Again, I could not get her Legion Beret or any of her executive medals that I would have wished. I would have loved to have. My sister took all those. But again, I've just kept my beret, my 75th medal from carrying colors in 2000, 2003. And kind of my Legion lapel pins I kept from when I was a member. And that kind of stuff as well. So again, like I said, that there is a lot of those 2 years, guys. I had a lot of things I had to deal with. I had to send authorization letters out to the funeral home because the funeral home got a hold of me and everything else like that about her. Oh, we got your mother. I'm like when did the war start? I must have slept in. No, I'm just kidding. So again, like I said, so again, I'm gonna get out of the house. I'm not gonna be cooped up in the house. I'm gonna get out of the house. I'm gonna go out to karaoke and have a fun night of karaoke and sing karaoke with the guys. I haven't been there for 2 years. So anyhow, so again, this is the birthday card my wife gave me. A really, 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 really nice birthday card. And again, it was birthday's the only time now, guys. Birthdays and the end of the month, guys, is the only time I ever have money. Other than that, it's a little bit of spending money to kind of get me through the flow. So again, like I said, I am working on starting up a new membership. Now I have to start up a new membership, but again, if I do, and basically, technically, I'm rejoining it. Again, I have to rejoin again as a new member, and then I have to go through the application form again. If there is any information, guys, when it comes down to my grandfather's enlistment number of Richmond Clarence Cloudry, that is on my file, on the Peterborough Legion file. They will have that on file, on my file, because that's how I was actually. I was initiated at the same time as my mom was in the Legion, Peterborough Legion. I joined it the same year my mom joined it, and we joined together, and we became members together. We became members together, associate members together there in Peterborough. Yes, I guess I can understand that there is some Peterborough members, I guess, supposedly lives out here now, that have transferred their files, that always had a personal grudge against my mom. You need to get over that negativity big time, and start respecting what kind of woman she was, and if you can't, then technically you're in there. You're basically having a bit. Why are you even there to begin with? What do you stand for, really? Do you really stand for the veterans, or do you stand for yourself? Because technically you should be standing for the veterans and the war veterans, not for yourself. It's not about it's not about cutthroat in this person or that person. like you got like I see in some areas they do. And my mom had a lot of that problem when she was a ladies auxiliary, and that before she went on the executive and before she became the past president of Branch 52. Even when she was in when helping out with the dinners, she went through a lot of cutthroat with a lot of ladies auxiliary members that were more there for themselves than anything. And they were the young ones too that thought they owned the place, and they were big shots. They can lie, they can complain, they can make false accusations on this person, that person, because they did not like this person. They didn't like the look of that person. They had a personal grudge against this person, that person. There was a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate and negativity. There was no respect for the place and for what the place stood for, and for the individuals that were there, or for her father, for her late father as well. On top of that, now my mom is passed on, and my late mom is passed on. But again, people like my grandfather that fought for this country, the World War II vets, if they are even the ones that are passed on, that are deceased, if they ever seen that, they'd be spitting in their graves, and legally be so ticked off, big time, about that, especially with the Hapworth Legion, with people 60, 70 people sitting in the Legion with hats on. I mean, like where is the respect for the Queen? Where is the respect for the royal family? Where is the respect for our Canadian troops? Like, even our Canadian troops, if they go into a Legion, it is in their constitutional law, because they're in a service uniform. Our police officer goes into a Legion because they're in a service uniform. They really don't have to remove their headdress, but but in their department, they have to, in their constitutional laws, under respect. So, because the fact they are serving, but because they are serving, because they're in a service uniform, they're the only ones that probably would get away with that, or a soldier that is serving in the armed forces. But they, in their constitutional laws, in the armories or in the police department, when they enter the Legion, they don't have to, but they choose to remove their hat, because the fact that they know that one day they're serving our community, they're serving our country, they're going to fall. They know that their time is going to come where they're going to fall, and something's in the line of duty, they're going to fall. Same with a firefighter. So, under respect for the royal family, they do remove their hats. But people that are not in service uniforms, of any kind, if you're at a rock and roll concert at the Legion, they host a rock and roll concert, even if it's Celtic Thunder, or the performers don't have to, because they're hired, they're different. Or if you're at a country concert like it was in Hapworth, hats are not permittable in the Legion at all, ever. Once you're in that Legion hall, it is part of the Legion. No matter if they say it's the auditorium, it's not part of the Legion. Point is that there's an open Legion bar. No matter if you're in the lounge or you're in the in the upper hall of the Legion, if there's a concert going on, you remove your hats all the time when you enter the Legion, because it is violating the constitutional laws of the Royal Canadian Legion. I know that because I used to be a member. I got dinged. My first funny thing is, when I first joined into the Peterborough Legion, I used to get dinged all the time for wearing my hat. And I learned my lesson, and I came out broke. I couldn't get alcohol for myself. You know why? Because I was broke, because I had to buy everybody else their beer. I had to buy a round. I went out of the place broke because of the fact that I wore my hat in Legion. This is why I said, and another thing, guys, do not, I know everybody has this habit, do not put your coats on the back of your chair. That is another thing that will gig you to buy around for people, is because if you, I can't even afford it. So this is why I said, try to avoid those habits as much as possible, because those little habits, you're buying around for the whole Legion. If you are going to put your coat on the back of the chair, or you're going to walk in with your hat on, you don't know. That's a no-no, because if Prince Henry, the Prince Harry and Prince William, or if I remember their names, because they were exchanged students. They went to high school with me at Tom C. Stewart for a bit. Ooh. Just Thomas A. Stewart in Peterborough because they were coming through Lakefield College on an exchange program to go into college. And they were checking out the high schools and that they were exchange students. And they were in their last year of high school and they came to Thomas A. Stewart for a while, Peterborough. And I had met the royal family then because they were in civilized clothing. The Prince Charles and the father and that was before the incident happened with Princess Diana. But they were all there and at my high school, and I had met them. And I was only in army or what was it, air cadets then, air cadets then. My first year of high school, they were coming in as an exchange student, and they were great tutors. The two princes were Prince William and Henry. I get the names wrong, and forgot them right. And I had an opportunity to meet them then, and they were in civilized clothing, and I didn't know who they were. But again, that's excuse me. When you're told to remove your hat in the Legion, that's why you do not wear your hats in the Legion, because the Queen's picture is actually always above. Is actually always above this, somewhere in the Legion, always above this platform or stage or any stage or platform they have in all parts of their hall. Also, too, guys, when you enter a Mason hall, and now it is more private than the Legion is. Again, there was an introduction. What do you call it? There was an inside documentary on the Freemasons. Now they did say, I did like what they said because my grandfather was at a Freemasons. They had authorization to videotape up to the door, up to the Knights Templars Taylor dungeon door is what they call it. They were allowed to videotape the candidates going through. When they go through the door and the door closes, they go into what you call they go into the Knights Templars of the Freemason dungeon, and there is a very what you call a very sacred the sacred meeting or the secrecy of the secret society of the Freemasons opens up. That's why they were not allowed to film behind in past the closed door, because the door closed on the camera, because behind that door there is rituals and traditions that you have to go through. Same with the orange, that you have to go through. I can't tell you what they detail, but they are secluded to the public. So again, cameras cannot videotape because the secrecy and the privacy of the Order of the Freemasons. So, like I said, so there is parts to them that are very sacred. So, so again, I cannot say what they detail of, because the fact that I went through the Orange Free I went through some type of Freemason order, which is called the Orange Order. There's parts of it, guys, that gets very deep and gets into a very secret society part of things, or historical traditions. So nothing bad, nothing dirty. Don't ever worry about that. It is all clean stuff. But the point is, it is stuff they do not. It is stuff the stuff to do with that particular orderancy of that lodge. And when it goes that deep into the degrees into the lodge, they do not want exploited to the public at all, ever. For some reason, it is very confidential. They cannot ever air that in any media. We love to see that sometime, but no, they can't. My grandfather would have told you the same thing. But like I said, guys, I took what it was, guys. I had again, because again, when I was living at home, it was bad. I was younger. I was about in my 20s, and that kind of thing. And I only had left on a leave of my letter was only on leave. What you call my resignation of resigning. Letter of resigning was only on leave of absence. Because I had too much stress and everything else like that in my life. And not that I didn't have the heart for it. I remember Wilson Plumpton used to tell me, he was a roofer, and that kind of thing. And he always said, you always have to have the heart for it. It is like going to church. You have to have the heart for it. I did have the heart for it. It was what it was there was again there was too much confliction when I was living at home, and the guy my mom was bringing into the house was a very big Irish. Again, he was very strict Irish Republican guy. Again, that the order has been harassed by for years in Ireland. You probably read the media what goes on in Ireland between the Protestants and Catholics. Well, this guy was bringing it into my home. Again, that this guy was connected to the Irish Republican, to the IRA, to the Irish Republican Army, which is technically has been labeled as a terrorist organization. So again, the Orange guys is not. So everybody gets it straight. The Orange is not Loyalist. Orange is not a terrorist organization. It is a loyalist Protestant Freemason organization. Historically, the main terrorist organization is the Irish Republican Army, which is the IRA. That is mainly that has have terrorized Northern and Belfast, Ireland for years, from every war, famine, and in a very racist and negativity way. All we were dumb enough to do is while they rolled the cannons out, we were the dumb ones that would march down the street out in front of them. We didn't care. We had so much pride. I mean, we would not care. Like we wouldn't care if they were throwing grenades on the street or whatever they wanted to do. They threw it all at us. I know when I was 3 years of age, I was on a parade with my grandfather at 3 in orange garment and orange regalias. And when I was 3, and he was actual orange and Freemason as well. And I tell you, we had shit blowing up in our faces and everything. I tell you, and that was the last time I've been to Ireland. I was born and raised in Canada and Ontario, but that last time, and I was only 3 years of age, and he took me over to Ireland. That was the last time I've ever wanted to see that place. I tell you, because I seen it as a 3-year-old kid. I was 3 years old, and the only thing I remember. The only thing that I remember was because I was a 3-year-old kid. I had my orange regalias. Now this is just short. I had my orange regalias around my neck. Some guy, I don't know who he was. Some Irish fellow. I was only 3 years of age. Pulled me off the street and pulled me under a truck. That's all I remember, because of how bad it was. And I was only 3 at the time, and I was only in the children's order. So technically, I grew up in it all my whole life. Again, I was as a little kid, and then when I became of age, I went to the adult one. About 2001, I went up with the adults. But like I said, I've never been back to Ireland ever since. Ever since I was 3 years of age, and that kind of thing. And I remember being pulled under a truck, everything else. And I was only 3 years of age. And my grandfather, my grandfather, lucky fucker, he survived everything. He survived World War I. Survived World War II. And the guy was into everything. He was a KKK Klansman, everything. He was into it all, big time. He's like, but the lucky thing is he survived everything. And then in 1986, I think he took a heart attack and he finally passed away. So I had to share that on here. But I mean, that is the truth of all that. But I personally, guys, even if I went back to that, I would never ever march another foot in Ireland again. Like, holy crap! Tell you all the crap that goes on there. It probably is not as bad today as it was then, but I'm lucky. That's why they called me. I was one of my mom's surviving children, because between me and my older sister, means technically, legally, I should never survived, but I survived. When I was with my grandfather, back when I was a little kid, I was about 3 years of age. 1983 was when my grandfather took me for a trip, and she had authorization. He had parental consent from my mom, and my grandfather, Richmond Clarence Cowdery, took me over to Ireland, And I not know that he was going to go on parade and marching on parade in orange garments, bowler cap, everything. As a kid, that was put on me as a kid, and I'm walking down the street of Northern Dublin, Belfast, and I'm 3 years of age, and the Irish Republican Army decides you're going to throw a freaking grenade at me, and I'm the 3-year-old kid. I'm like, hello, would you discipline your kids at home like that too? Your kid misbehaves. Oh, I was just gonna light a stick of dynamite and kaboom, blow the kid up. Yeah, but no, I was only 3. But then, as I was marching down the street before the orange and green changeover. Yes, there is an orange. By the way, guys, when you go, how when I march down the street in Northern Dublin, Ireland, Belfast over there, there's what you call an orange and green changeover. Because the Orangemen changed to green. So again, the Orangemen turn as they march through northern Belfast, Dublin, Ireland, and they march through, and they start marching deep down through the county down. Orangemen start disappearing. They do, just like you guys know, the Orangemen do disappear, and the green sashmen, which is the greensmen, start coming in. So the Orangemen start halfway through the parade, because the Orangemen can only go so far before it gets too violent. That's why I said so. When they march into the county down, the orange starts changing over to green. So again, the green, the green sashes, or the greensmen, which is some of the greensmen. Not all greensmen are Catholic. The Irish Republican Army is Catholic. The greensmen is what you call the highest order is one of the highest orders of the Orange Lodge, which is still Orangemen, guys. They are still Orangemen, but they're greensmen. Again, they're the most experienced in the Royal Black Preceptory. So the greensmen and the Royal Black Preceptory sashes actually start over claps. It's like, if you guys ever watch the solar eclipse go across the sun, the greensmen and the Royal Black Preceptory men, black sashes, will come across the orange, and will carry on the march through the county down, Ireland. So this is what I said. So that's what I said. So the orange will start to will actually fade out. That means us orangemen will disappear, will fade away. We don't die or anything. No, some of us have. Some of us have not ever made that march. There are some men that have been blown up on the street, and that kind of stuff. I hate to share that on here with you, trying to scare you for Halloween. So again, like I said, so again, there's just a little that I can share. Basically, it's just a bit of a way the history is of it, but it's not like that today. Even if it is not, it is, but not as bad. But again, it is. So again, it's like watching the solar eclipse, because you have you have the orange moon, or the orange sun, and then you have the black. That is the moon, and the Royal Black Preceptory is just like the moon. It's science and evolution, and the black Royal Preceptory black sashes. When we march through the county down of northern and to the county down of Ireland, the black sashes step out in front of the orange, and the Black Preceptory carries on the march through the county down through the rest to Southern Ireland, so right through Catholic territory. So again, they actually march out in front of the Irish Republican. So this is why I said, so that's what I said. I hate to share that history. A lot of people do not know that history of what really goes on behind the scenes, and that kind of thing. So again, there's a bit of a war history story for you there. So I guess, yes, at one time, even at 3 years of age, even though I didn't make it into the armed forces, because the fact that my education was not high enough and that kind of thing like I wanted to. that I did make something. I was part of the Orange Order since I was 3 as well. My grandfather used to have me march with him when I was a kid, and then I went up to the adult in 2000. But if it wasn't for the funny thing is there was an actual Irishman. He actually pulled me under a truck. I don't even know who the guy was. I was 3 years of age. And when I was over there, and I was pulled right underneath the truck for protection because I was only 3 years of age. And like the Irish Republican people, the Republicans, the assholes were throwing. They had the guts to throw a grenade at a 3-year-old kid. I was 3. They didn't care because what it was is because you were marching with the Orange, or what they call the NDP party. They didn't care. They didn't care how old you were. They were kind of blow you right off the street. There was so much. That's what I said. There was so much disrespect and hate back then. That was 83. But again, like I said, it's not as bad as it is now. Like I said, now it's not as bad. It's getting better. It is not again ever since the 80s and 90s. A lot of that has died down. I guess as I hear, it's getting better and things are changing. There's a few. I guess over there now. There's just a bit of a few. It's not as hot as what we call hot flag, as it was back in the 80s or the 90s. Again, it is coming around to it's coming to its senses. So Ireland is changing, guys, big time. That's what I said. It's becoming Ireland now is starting to become like Canada. There's a lot of more signs of freedom and starting happening in Ireland. Again, it's still a little rough. Again, it's not as violent and rough as it would have been back in the 80s, and that's what I said back in the 80s and the 90s when I was growing up as a kid. But again, it is turning to the good than anything. Like Ireland now is starting to become like Canada, because we're starting to see big names from Ireland come here, like Celtic Thunder. Because they come here and they see how we live together, and how we live, how we're keeping the peace or trying to keep the peace, because there's too many mouthy Canadians. But again, to see how we live, and also because they come over to entertain and perform, but they also see how we live and that kind of stuff, and how we get along. And that kind of how things are, how we adjust here, so that way there, they can make their changes over there, so that way it can keep getting better over there, so that way Ireland can become like Canada. So again, in 2 years' time, you're going to see Ireland slowly. It was slowly changing now. Ireland right now is starting to become like Canada here, where it is. They're starting to peace agreement, is what you call isolation of peace agreement. Now it's been broken twice since the 80s and the 90s, since the last peace agreement, which was 2000. What was it? Last one was signed was between the Orange and the Irish Republican Army. Last peace agreement, if I remember hearing, was signed back in 2001. But that was broken again in 2002. So, which, like I said, it's trying to get better. It is, like I said, it's trying to become like Canada here and that way. So that way it is safe and livable for anybody, for no matter what nationality you are, what religion you are, what background you are. It isn't going to matter. And that kind of thing. So, and again, at least I'm doing my talking of it on my live streams here. This I never talk about anywhere else. And that's what I said. Also, too, guys, I do disagree with the fact. Again, I'm not going to get into any politics or anything like that. again, but I do disagree with the fact that our country is going to allow a legalism of cannabis, which is what is we call it now, or marijuana. I do have my issues with all that because I grew up as a drug-free person, and again, like I said, I'm a smoke-free person. I do not smoke. I do not smoke. I do not do dope. I do not do marijuana. I don't even touch the stuff. It's a waste of time. Like, I mean, still, like I can understand that they have it for cancer patient people, but what they don't realize that if a person's diagnosed with cancer, the weed isn't going to help you. It may give you a bit of a buzz to help the pain a bit, but guess what? 9 out of 10 guys, you guys are going to be you guys are going to be deworm food. I tell you, over time, because there's no treatment for cancer. They can try, same with Huntington's disease. They're trying to find cures for this, make money for this, to find cures for this and that. They haven't done it for the last 100 years. They ain't doing it this 100 years. The technology's high enough right now, that you can barely keep the people going. But like I said, over time, guys, it's those kind of diseases, heart disease, and that there's just no cure for it. If it's gonna take you, it's gonna take you. It is gonna take you to the grounds with the groundhogs. I mean, definitely the groundhogs will definitely be bringing you your mail, big time. And they're proud workers of Canada Post, by the way. So, that's what I said. So be cautious on that. I didn't even know my mom. I personally did not even know my mom was sick with Huntington's. Nobody told me anything. Like I said, typical family kept everything from me. She even kept things from me. But that's why I always regret moving out on my own and that kind of thing, leaving her alone by herself. Because she didn't. Nobody told me she was sick. She didn't even tell me herself she was sick. She kept it. She was supposed to. Also, a couple of times, she was stubborn. She was like her mother. She hated doctors. She's always a nurse. She thought they were assholes. But I have to grant, some of them are. But I can't say I can't agree on that one. So I guess Mom and I, she's under my shirt, and she's in Celtic Cross, a bit of ashes. We're gonna go to karaoke and sing some karaoke and get out. I don't want to get out of the house anyways. So go and enjoy a night out karaoke, and sing a few karaoke songs, and sit back and relax, have a few drinks, and that kind of thing. And so anyhow, I get to the birthday card here, guys, that my wife gave me. I haven't seen Lenny for a couple of years anyways. I don't go to the community living one, guys, because one, I do not belong to community living. Two, I do not, there's too much drama. I'm sorry, there's too much drama and that kind of stuff too. Also too, guys, just to let you know, guys, I cannot control what my voice sounds like, guys, when I sing. I do apologize for that. It is not copyright. I know there's a lot of fanatic fans out there of Johnny Cash, everything else like that. I dress in black because I'm a fan of Johnny Cash, because I grew up with Johnny Cash still in the 80s, because my mom used to listen to him. I got loving the guy. And that kind of stuff like that. So again, I do wear black because I choose to wear black. But like I said, when I sing karaoke, I cannot control on. I sound good when I sing, yes, but I cannot control what I sound like when I sing, guys, because it is a part of a life cycle. When you age, when you get older, your voice gets deeper, and everybody sounds. People look and sound. Some people can look, some people look identical to celebrities, but aren't. And like I said, some people are just blessed with having a voice. This is what I said. You can call it talent if you like, and you can say, "Oh, illegal copyright," and be a bitch. But it's not. It's a person cannot control what they sound like when they talk. Or they like the same way they talk when they sing on karaoke, guys. So do not jump to conclusions and start rumors and say, oh, he's committing illegal copyright, this and that. No, that's not what it's about. People are people. Like I said, people have, people are different for a reason. But like I said, people cannot help what their voice sounds like. They cannot control. That is an uncontrollable thing. That is a God-given gift. Put it that way. You want to put it that way. Yes, there is imitators out there that they have a very high light voice, but they manipulate their voice to sound like that character. But I don't manipulate my voice to sound like that character. This is my real voice, guys. This is what I really sound like when I talk and when I sing. So again, so basically I say cut the rumors out. Is all I can say in a polite way. Cut the false accusations. Stop saying stuff that isn't true. Stop spreading lies, spreading rumors about people you don't even know. There is a lot of that goes on in this town, and I get sick of it. And that because, like I said, I've caught one guy already doing that here, and I walked in on his conversations, and he did not know I was standing there. And if I wanted to be mean, I could have pressed charges against him if I wanted to. But because I'm a soft-hearted type person, I don't do it. And it's just because it's the way I am. I'm again, like I said, I'm not a fucker. I'm not a hater. I'm a lover. There's a difference. Sorry to put it that way. Yeah, whatever. Sorry to have to put it that way, guys. But anyhow, I'm going to show you guys this. This is a card my wife gave me for my birthday. My birthday's tomorrow, guys. It hits at 12 o'clock. She gave it to me early. It had stop dinging people, please. Okay, I am live. You respect my shows. Thank you very much. Again, just let you know, other than my mom's memorial, guys, on here, it is all a fake setup. My mom's memorial is one of the realest things I've ever done on here for my mom, ever. I actually, after I got her ashes, came up to me in the mail and the cross. I gave her a proper bagpipe memorial because she loved her bagpipe music. Wow, whippy! I'm allowed to do that. I'm in my own home. So again, it was my mother. So technically, and her mother was a fowler from Aberdeen, Scotland, and my mother was born in Montreal, Quebec, died in Peterborough, Ontario, because that's where she lived. She was a war veteran's daughter, and she had the right to that kind of memorial. So please do not spread rumors or lies, and do not accuse for copyright. Thank you very much. So, on with the program. Anyhow, this is, and plus I'm a past Legion member myself, so I have all rights to give her that proper memorial. And so anyhow, and so again, it said to my, oh my God, she actually found one that says to my husband on it. Like, who finds a birthday card that says to my husband? I was like, she was like, wait till her birthday. I ain't back. I'm not going to get the one that says to my wife. I'm going to get the one that says to my bitch. Here you go. Happy birthday. No, just kidding. No, my birthday actually hits, guys, tonight at 12 a.m. And I'll be 38. That's why I want to be at karaoke tonight. Due to the fact that I sent somebody was not nice enough to buy me Celtic Thunder tickets to go to Casino Rama tonight. Go see Celtic Thunder because I really wanted to see them guys in person, and I was hoping to get an opportunity to get my picture taken with them, but I guess I'm losing out even on the picture opportunity because I couldn't get there to get to meet them up in person, meet up with them in person. Man, that would have been a cool birthday surprise, I think. Now again, they're performing in Casino Rama tonight, guys. Tonight. I don't know if they can make Wyerton on time tonight. This is up to the guys, though. If they can make Wyerton before they go home, if they're up to it, if they can make Wyerton, I will be at the Wyerton Legion tonight. I will have my cell phone with me. I hope the battery will be charged up. I will have my cell phone with me. Um, I will, if you guys, I know you guys, I don't know how long you guys at Casino Rama for, but I know you guys won't be in your kilts or tartans or skirts, whatever people want to call them. If you guys probably in civilian, before you guys go home, if you guys can make it to Wyerton, to the Wyerton Legion tonight for karaoke. I don't know how long your performances are going to. I can understand you guys cannot make it because you guys are at Casino Rama before last call at the bar. Again, because Legion here closes at 1 o'clock in the morning. So again, karaoke's from 9 to 1. I don't know what time you guys are wrapping up Casino Rama, but I would really love to get a picture. I love you guys. I really love to get a picture with you guys. And that kind of thing. So if you guys can make your way up here to get a picture taken, that's fine. I can understand if you guys can't because you're busy or whatever. That is understand. I don't want to take you guys out of your way, and then maybe if I've got enough on you guys, we can sit down. We can kind of talk and chat and sit at the table, get to know each other just as friends. If hopefully if I did not spend all my money by then, I'll buy you guys a beer. I'll buy one of you guys a beer. I don't have enough to buy everybody a beer, but that is up to you guys. If you guys figure you guys can make it in time, don't put yourself on a rush, and that kind of thing. I can understand if you guys cannot make it because I know you guys are so busy with your world tour. You're busy with the shows here and there. And this would be a good time too if you guys do make it up here. You may give Hapworth the idea because Hapworth does concerts every Saturday nights. Hapworth Legion may pick up on the idea to book you guys and sell ticket, get on the ticket wagon to sell tickets for you guys, so you bring you guys into Hapworth some Saturday night to the Hapworth Legion. There's an idea on the table there. So again, like I said, there's but I can understand if you guys are just too busy, can't make it. But it'd be a nice birthday surprise, guys, for me if you guys can make it. I do apologize because I really wanted to go see you guys tonight. In Casino Rama, I didn't want to buy tickets. Again, I was going to buy tickets, but again, it is like I said, my finances were tight. I couldn't afford it. It was a big shocking surprise. You guys even come to Ontario because this is the first time I guess you guys in history. This is the first time I guess you guys ever made it this far. And that kind of you guys. This is I guess this is the first time I've ever heard of you guys coming this far, because I know you guys used to cross the state, go down through the states, but I don't know. I think this is the first time you guys ever made yourself to Ontario, Canada, and so I'd like to welcome you guys to Canada, Ontario. But if you guys figure when you guys are done your show, if your team can make it, you boys can make it to the Wyerton Legion, I will be there. It is a big karaoke night. Even if you guys want to join me on for a karaoke song, you're welcome to it. I let you guys, if you guys come in for karaoke, you guys can throw one of your songs up on the karaoke machine. I'm sure Lenny will play it. And it's your song. You take over. If you want to kind of pull out I'm not going to say pull out, but bring out your guitar, just do one little song. At karaoke, kind of bounce the karaoke night out. It's open stage. Feel free to. You guys have that option. That is up to you guys, but I don't know I don't know if the Legion's going to allow that because that'll go into live performing. So you may get in trouble for that one. But at least you stick to a karaoke track at least because I know you guys got a bunch of karaoke tracks. So, my wife's unfortunately gave me $50 tonight to go to karaoke. So. It's got to do me. So that's why I said I might only be able to buy one of you lucky guys from Celtic Thunder a drink, but I will be able to buy you all one around. But at least I'll buy one of you guys one. If you guys even drink, I don't know if you guys are church-going people. Like I used to be. I'm a bad boy. I backslid from everything. But if you guys figure you guys can make it up in time, you can feel free to join me at the Legion and that kind of thing. I'll be there for karaoke tonight with Lenny's karaoke. And so and that kind of stuff too. So that's where I'll be. And so a birthday card from my wife. This is to my husband. Gee, she got that right. It's funny because last year for my birthday, she didn't give me a birthday card. She gave me a condolence card. It was the difference. Messed up on the wrong event again. So I usually don't do this, but like I said, I got my karaoke money here, guys. I'm going to karaoke tonight, and got for my birthday enough to buy a couple of rounds for myself. Maybe lucky if Celtic Thunder you guys do make, I probably be able to buy one or two of you. The rest of you guys could sip off the other one. That is okay. It's what you do in hard times. So again, like I said, there is. So again, the guys, that is in there, put away, and I'm gonna try and make karaoke, and I always love going into karaoke, and I always get up and I do have a selection. I do sing. I love singing, but like I said, guys, please do not condemn somebody because of what their voice sounds like, or the way they look like. Like I mean, it is at least, guys, it's bringing if you really look at it, it's bringing the Legion money. It's bringing the Legion in business because Legion is not surviving as it is. If without the public, the Legion will never survive. I can honestly tell you that, guys, right now. If it wasn't for the public coming in and buying beer, and keeping the alcohol sales up, basically what's going to happen is a lot of Legions have closed because they did not make the smart move to open to the public. They have that choice not to or to. But the ones that didn't actually suffered because again they folded under because the fact that they had to close the doors because they could not financially keep the place going. So how bad it is, the Peterborough Legion that I used to belong to used to own their own building. Now they're renting and leasing a building. Actually renting a building that they don't even own. So no, I stink. No, I don't stink. Hope I don't. Nope, I smell good. So, like I said, guys. So again, just let you know that the other thing that you've seen around my neck in the last couple of shows is part of my Halloween costume. No, I'm not. Again, like I said, I'm too old to trick or treat. I do not go trick or treating. But I do go to a friend's house to hand out candy, and I will just to support the Halloween night. I will dress up, and it is costume jewelry you can buy at the dollar store for $2. It is a police badge. It's a special police on it. It is not to personate any police officers or anything else like that. It is just a Halloween costume jewelry. Yeah, I'm sorry if it looks real on a live stream, but the costume jewelry does. So, but you see my point, guys, with the Halloween parties. Again, this is why you cannot take. Oh, that doesn't matter because that is sold at the dollar store. That's different. But this is why when you go into a public function, Halloween party, like community living, hosting a Halloween organization, holding a Halloween party, you cannot take plastic weapons because in the dark, guys, they look real. You can actually go to any dollar store, and those toy cap guns are toys, yes, but they're metal. But guess what? You put caps in them, it sounds just like a real gun. Some idiot can walk into a bank with a toy cap gun and hold up a bank. It has been done. I'm the type of person who would never do stuff like that, but there is people out there that do it. This is why you cannot. This is why all weaponries are banned. Toy weapons or war weapons are banned from all Halloween parties. Even the Legion guys. Guys go to the Legion on Halloween night. If it falls on a karaoke night, and you're allowed to dress up. Yes, 1, no hats with the costume. 2, no plastic weapons allowed, permitted. That means no plastic hooks, no plastic knives, no plastic war toys of any kind. Because if you walk in with any of those, you can legally be up on charges, and you can actually be banned from the place. and with the police can actually ban you out of there for walking in with toy guns, toy weapons, whatever, plastic axes, because I've seen it done in Peterborough. Like I said about those two guys that lived in Peterborough, those three guys walked into Peterborough Legion on Halloween night, and they shouldn't have got first place, but they did. But they were charged. They were from Campbellford, right? Two guys dressed up as Ku Klux Klan members, and with the real robes, and the other guy, they had a rope around it. They had a real thick rope around his neck, and he dressed all in black, and he from head to toe, and he actually put black shoe polish on, and he was the South African guy, color guy. And they walked in, and he did Legion looking like that, and the veterans got offended, and they called the police, and those three guys were charged with racism, criminal activity of some kind, for personating secret societies, or were probably under war charges of mimicking war stuff, or war characters, not Star Wars characters. They weren't Star Wars characters, war characters, like stuff like my grandfather used to belong to. That really does exist in everyday reality or society. Or walking in with Nazi bands on, and that kind of stuff. So basically, guys, I'm going to see you guys. I'm going to see Lenny tonight too. Because he does a pretty good job when he's up singing karaoke. So guys, I'm at karaoke. I'm going to be at karaoke tonight. Now I don't come all the time, guys. I'm sorry, I do not come every Friday night. I just choose not to. Because I can't always afford to come every Friday night. But like I said, there's a couple times a year. Maybe is the only time I ever get out to these things. And like I said, I'm cooped up in the house a lot. I gotta get out again. It gets me out of the house and that kind of thing. So again, and also too, like I said, it's especially now when my mom come back in the Celtic Cross. That's around my neck. I will be there tonight. Like I said, she's covered, guys. Don't ever have to worry. She's not seeable. She is out of sight. So again, her Celtic Cross urn is around my neck, out of sight. Again, it is around the neck. So like I said, there's again, safe, happy Halloween. That's coming up the end of October. Play smart, be safe, and that kind of thing. And like I said, I'm gonna go and like I said, I'm gonna help a friend of Fran's hand out candy. Hand out candy. I'm not going to collect candy because I do not go trick or treating, and I personally don't believe that once you're over 18 years of age, most kids stop when they're like 14 or 15 years of age. If they even have the youngest 13 going out trick or treating. I do not personally believe the fact that I see since I moved here. Even when I first moved here in 2001, I've never seen it. But when I moved back here, all of a sudden I'm seeing 22-year-old men going out trick or treating. Like, really, give me a break. Honestly, I mean, this is. What is this world coming to? Like, I mean, that's the trick-or-treating is supposed to be for the kids, because it's a fun activity for the kids to do. Like, I mean, I remember always taking my niece around, that kind of thing. But, but the point is the people give into it. And, that is, but I guess under a mask, you can't tell. Like, I said, I stopped trick-or-treating when I was about 14 or 15 years of age. I quit trick-or-treating. Ever since then, the odd time I run I just got into the habit of running haunted houses on my front yard for the trick-or-treaters by decorating it up. And as I got older, I kind kind of made a show out of it, a hobby out of it. Like I said, but me, like if you guys even see me at, just let you guys know, if you see me at Tim Hortons on Halloween night having a coffee, yes, I'm dressed up in a costume. That's all it is. I'm just blending in. But like I said, you don't see me going to door trick or treating for candy. You don't see me walking around with a bag in my hand, holding it out, go trick or treat. You know, like and that. So I just wanted to share that with you. But I mean, like I guess it's. I don't know. I don't know how the parents feel about that. Really, I don't. Like in fact, I don't. It's something I don't do. I grew out of that a long time ago. Like I said, but I said, other than my mom's memorial, guys, everything else on Jokers on Duty is a comedy joke show. We've set up to just kind of have kind of like MFers, kind of social time and that kind of thing. Give you guys a social hour. Let you see what a spooky haunted house some of my spooky haunted houses look like. So again, that way it is. So you guys can have something enjoyable to watch on Halloween or whatever, and that kind of stuff as well. With an old Ghost Legends, guys, a Ghost Legend that was told to me from when I was a little kid at summer camp. Just let you know, guys, that is just a ghost legend. That is not basically historically, yes, it really happened. It truthfully really happened decades ago. But it happened in 1811 to 1813 was the years it happened. Ever since then, it has become what a made up ghost legend, a ghost camp fire story. Means anything that is today that is considered as a ghost legend story was true at one time, yes, but is not true today. The close encounters of just the ghost shadows, apparition, I'm saying yes. We got the paranormal groups got evidence it was true, but that's all it was. But the apparitions weren't as harmful as they would have been back in 1812, 1813, when the historical cabin itself started haunting. Today it haunts still today, yes, but the haunting level has gone down. The energy level has gone down because we were able to bring it down. But again, there's still a little bit of hauntings there. But again, like I said, but it's not as bad as how it happened in 1812 or 1813 during the war days. So again, today it is just a made up ghost story that is told at Camp Northern Lights, which is outside of Bobcaygeon and Halliburton. That is told to the campers. So again, like I said, it is a horror massacre story to keep the kids in the tent, to give them a little scare at night, so they don't wander off into the woods. Yeah, we wandered off into the woods after we were told a story like that. But that was us. So again, like I said, guys. So again, that's just a little bit of my spending money. That is going to go for my night out tonight because it is my birthday tomorrow. It's a special night out, and I'll see you guys. We are not going to go live tonight, guys, because, like I said, before I can actually physically take you live at the Legion, I have to get their authorization, and I have to get written consent from the Legion executive before we can actually even take you on live Facebook streaming. And that also goes for the rest of you guys too that are into live streaming, guys. When you guys go into a bar building that is not your territory, if you do not have authorization either by the musicians or by the building owners itself, you cannot live stream at anywhere at that event because you can legally be sued. So again, just let you know, you can take pictures, regular pictures. They don't care if you get the individual's authorization to take pictures with them, but the actual live video streaming end of it, guys, you can't do. unless you get the establishment's permission, because there's certain, I guess there is certain, there's what you call a certain what you call certain, there is what you call certain guidelines, because if you're live streaming, you automatically considered as social media. You consider it as video camera media. So again, you've got to go through basically what the newspaper companies have to go through. You have to go through a special authorization of the owners, of the executive of the club, or whatever like that, before you can actually start going through their ripping video cameras. So again, keeping respect of the place. So again, guys, we will not be going. Because I'll be out, there will be not a live show tonight at all. So again, so to keep that under respect, so it doesn't upset anybody. Also, too, got to be careful too, because music, guys, that is sung on karaoke, yes, is copyright, guys. It is copyright music. It is the music that Lenny plays, that he pays for the copyright for it. He's a licensed DJ, karaoke DJ. He does pay money to get copyright permits to actually play those songs on the karaoke. So this is why, guys, you can't go storming through there with live streams, especially without his permission, because his music he does play. He's only the one who's licensed for people to come up and sing on the karaoke machine. Again, if you're live streaming unauthorized, guys, and the live stream picks up that music, that is automatically would be considered copyright immediately. Unless it's linked to a funeral memorial, that is different. That's the only time Facebook has a very big understanding on that one. So again, I just saving your skins. So anyhow, I will. So I'm gonna be out tonight. So again, I'm gonna be enjoying a karaoke night, and I will be at Lenny's karaoke tonight at the Ireton Regent. And also, too, guys, I do have again because I used to be a member of a different branch. Again, I paid $2 to get in here because I'm not a member of this branch. So, and plus because again, like I said, I did not keep my membership going at the other end. Because it kept telling me to transfer my files, I had to pay $85 to $95 on top of my membership fees, and at that time I couldn't afford that. So when I moved out here in 2010, 2011, I couldn't transfer files because I thought you had to pay to transfer them, and I did not renew a membership or start a new membership or get anything transferred because they wanted that I had to pay money on top of the membership fee to have the files transferred up. Big mess. So a lot of propaganda too, and then after in 2017, even when my mom passed away, that was kind of hard. Like I said, my mom kept my membership cards. She never let me hang on to my own membership cards. She was so paranoid. She was always afraid people would steal them or try to steal my identity. That's not true. So again, she hoarded all that in her wallet. So wherever her wallet went to when she passed away, I don't know where it went to. Only my sister knows where her wallet went to. But there was personal property of mine in her wallet, which was my Legion membership cards from Peterborough. Yes, they probably outdated because I did not renew my membership, but my Legion membership cards was in her wallet, and that kind of stuff. So wherever that wallet went to, I don't know whoever took the wallet, wherever the wallet ended up when she died, or how they handled her, and that I like to know too myself. But I called down there. They gave me a hard time when I asked those questions. Again, they were so rude to me on the phone. I said fuck it. I'm her son, and they had the fucking guts to be rude to me. This is what I said. So I'm sorry to have to put it that way, but again, like I said, technically there was personal identification property of mine in her wallet, which was my Legion membership cards from the years. It was said the years when I last paid my membership, and that was in her wallet, and so that would have backed me up to prove that I did belong to Allegiant. So now those are gone. Not my fault. They kicked it around like a football. But so technically, so again, like I said, I've been again. Like I said, after she's passed on, I haven't been out much. Last year for the last 2 years, so tonight is my night to get out for a bit. At least go and enjoy some karaoke music. I always enjoy listening to karaoke. I always like going down there, sitting down there, listening to karaoke music. I just like a few tunes if I feel like a few tunes. And that's so technically. So again, guys, we'll be back with you tomorrow, and that's what I said. And with tomorrow I'm officially, like I said, tonight at 12:30 a.m. I'm officially going to be 38 years of age. So, and tomorrow is my big October 6th birthday, and I guess tomorrow I'm having a big roast beef dinner, and that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. And that kind of thing as well. And I technically, talking about Celtic Thunder, the guys just went live now. I'm gonna go check over and see their live streams, watch their live streams, because they just went live now. Talking about them. And so anyway, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.